What's up, y'all? It's your favorite chocolate baddie, Mary J. And I'm live and lit right here on the illest, the realest, the trillest radio station alive, man. I got the beautiful Diamond Dosage in the building, man. I'm finna get a dose of Diamond. You know what I'm saying? Right here on the Chocolate Baddie Show. How you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. I'm excited to be here with you in person. I know we've been in contact over the years, so it feels good to feel your spirit.
Definitely.
And to be in the presence of you.
Definitely.
And of course at the iLLANOiZE station, radio station, so it feels
For
great.
sure. Well, I want to say thank you for coming by. Like you said, it's definitely a pleasure to finally meet you because I know we've been going back and forth on Instagram probably
for a minute.
For some years now. So it's definitely, you know, it's long overdue. Definitely so.
Absolutely.
Speaking of, I want to just dive right into it, okay? Because I see, you know, I'm a big fan of just your brand in general, and then just listening to your podcast, and I see you had took a break, and so you just posted like you coming back.
Yeah.
You know,
they tried to kill your favorite bitch,
girl.
But I'm back.
But you back. You know what I'm saying? That's that undefeated. That's that undefeated
Absolutely.
champ shit. You feel me? And we love to see it over here at the Chocolate Baddie Show. So just talk to us a little bit about your journey as far as being in media, starting your podcast, into season 4 that's about to drop.
Yes. Well, I appreciate you for supporting me over the years. I'm really, really grateful for that. Thank you. Honestly, it's been a long journey. It's been about, I'm going on 5 years. Actually, I'm still kind of new to this. Okay. I know people have been doing this for a long ass time. Mm-hmm. I didn't go to school for it. I went to school for psychology and sociology. And I was just like always just really interested in how other people think and how the culture thinking, how the culture feeling. Mm-hmm. I was in these relationships with these men, and that kind of just sparked me to like, okay, it's time to talk about this shit because I know I'm not the only bitch out here dealing with these type of problems. Thanks. So the blog really just started on that basis, like women knowing their worth, and me just doing it in the most, you know, unfiltered, comical way that I can portray it to women or my audience or whatever. So it started with a blog, and then it just transformed naturally into a podcast, and now here we are. I do podcasts, events, blogging. Anything, I guess.
You doing it, you know, you doing it.
Yes, I've been very blessed and grateful along my journey. Just stuff just been happening for me, meeting people, having these interviews, doing these podcasts, and like it just all happened naturally. So I'm very grateful for that and the people that's been along the journey.
For sure, man. Definitely, like I said, you definitely got my support. So, you know, we love to see it. And I get excited when I see another beautiful black woman that's following her dreams in this media industry, like specifically that's like really popping her shit. You know what I'm saying?
Though.
And that's one thing that really drew me to your content. Like, I'm like, God damn, she don't care what she tweet. Like, it's some things like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know.
Back in my old days, a bitch touching 30. But back in my old days, definitely in my young 20s, I didn't give a fuck about shit. I didn't give a fuck about nobody, how they felt. I was going to say what the fuck I had to say, and like, that was going to be it. But at the same time, I also wanted to always pitch a message within that context. Even with me just being really blunt and blatant with it, I always wanted to pitch a message within whatever I'm saying. And like, I think that's what had people gravitating to it, because it always had a message, but it was always something that was kind of like entertaining at the same time. So I don't ever want to be no boring bitch, because that's not me. But I do want people to leave with something, you know.
And I think we do. If not anything, definitely leaving with a conversation.
Yes.
Okay? If it's not the men that's, you know what I'm saying, trying to argue, or even just like the women, you definitely started a debate between the male and female species. And I think, and I wouldn't even call it a debate, because I think these sort of conversations are necessary.
Yes.
Like, we have to start conversing with each other about these sort of things, because we can be so stuck in our own ways, and just hearing it from a male perspective, or even just another woman's perspective, can just open your mind up.
That's very true, and that's exactly why I think those conversations are so important. I know people be like, relationship conversations are oversaturated, blah blah blah, we tired of hearing. But at the end of the day, all we have are our relationships.
Yeah.
Our friendships, those are relationships. When we go to job, those are relationships. When we with these niggas, those are relationships. So I think just having conversations around relationships in general are extremely important. I've learned so much from my guests, or just talking to people and about relationships and what men need and what women want and stuff like that. So I definitely think it's necessary. And do I think women do a lot of bending for men and compromising for men, absolutely.
Yeah, facts. I definitely look. Preacher to the choir. You are not the only one. Now, speaking of opening up these discussions and conversations, like I mentioned earlier, one thing that I enjoyed about your content is you just being unfiltered about it and unapologetic at the same time.
That's
like,
me.
I'm standing on what I said or what I tweeted. Like,
And I said what I said.
I said what I said, respectfully.
I got a little more tact now. So
we gonna get to we gonna get to it, okay? Because Sis said it's blue season. I'm very curious to learn a little bit more about this. You rebranding.
Okay.
But before we tap into that though, I do want to talk about that moment when you that tweet that first went viral, and that moment. What was going through your head? What was going through your mind?
I don't even know what tweet first went viral, but damn, I got a couple of them. I know I had told ladies to stop sucking dick. I know that one.
I remember that one. Yes, I remember that one.
That one went super viral. It went super viral. Like, I got personal calls, phone calls, like, you telling bitches to stop sucking dick, you fucking up their head. And I said what I said because, like I was saying earlier in the previous question, like, women do so much sacrificing for men and compromising and bending and always having to meet a man where he's at. And, like, do y'all deserve my labor?
Okay.
Do y'all deserve this? Like, it was a joke, but it was also like an undertone of, like, y'all need to
seriousness.
Be selective about who you out here sucking and fucking, because do these men deserve that at the end of the day?
Facts. Definitely, man. I want to tap back more into Diamond Dosage, but before we do it, we're going to take a quick little music break, so don't go nowhere. I'm live and lit on the illest. You already know it's a drip. Turn me up. What's up? It's your favorite chocolate baddie, Mary J. And if you like any of the bangers I'm playing tonight, you can keep up with all my baddie bangers playlists on Apple Music or Spotify at Mary J. That's Jhay. And on YouTube, Chocolate Baddies. Turn me up. You already know it's lit. Now, before we went on break, we were talking about you going viral and how you was telling women to stop sucking dick.
Yes.
Now, was there ever a moment or a tweet that you ever tweeted out and you was like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have tweeted that?
Nope. I don't think so.
She said, I ain't got no regrets.
My mama said if I said it, I said it. So, I mean, even if I didn't, I've definitely had moments where I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have probably said that. But it's like, it was already out there, and that's just what it was at that point. I'm sure I've offended people before, but I feel like everything is met with criticism. If you're out here, you're doing your shit, especially when you're a vocal black woman, you are going to be met with a lot of criticism because people don't like that. When
Facts.
you're a woman, you speaking out. You're a black woman, you speaking out. People don't like that. And I feel like I've never really said anything that wasn't the truth. So I don't know why it was met with such disregard. But no, I don't regret anything that I've said or done. Like, it happened. It is what it is. And
for sure. Definitely. And I only ask because, like I said, I see you rebranding, and you know, I seen you put a post up, like you tweeted out, and you was like, if my tweet ever was defensive to you, you know, I apologize. So I just wonder, like, damn, was there a tweet that was like, okay, maybe I went too far on that one?
I don't want to say I don't care, but
she said, no, I don't care. We love you. We love you. I said what I said.
I mean, the past is the past. Y'all gonna have to accept what is now. Like, I feel like everything is still, because I'm switching over to like my new colors, and I have a new production team, and I have just new insight and experiences about life. Like I said, I'm getting a little older, so the content is becoming a little bit more mature. But it's still, at the same time, still me to the core. But do I regret? I don't really regret saying anything, because I feel like I'm a person of jokes. It's always jokes, love, and laughter over here. Like, don't take it too personal. But there are certain ways that I do feel about certain things that would not change. Like, and this is no offense to men, because I love men and I love what they do and what they provide. But are men emotionally distraught and emotionally they don't have intelligence? Emotionally, yes, they don't.
Yeah.
Are they very prideful? Yes, they are.
Yes.
Are they going to always put themselves first and choose themselves first?
Yes.
Most of the time. And this is just not to generalize men, but this is what I've gotten from my personal experiences, the other experiences of women, and just working with men, seeing men. Like, men are very different from women. And women shouldn't want to be like men. Like, I think that's somewhere where we kind of fucked up too. Like, think like a man, whatever the fuck that shit is. That was horrible. Fuck you, Steve Harvey. But
Respectfully.
But I think women should bask in their womanhood and their femininity, and men should bask in their masculinity as well. And I think we need to just figure out each other, because we're always at odds, and it shouldn't be like that. This is why conversations are so necessary. And we just need to appreciate each other more. Kevin Samuels did not help. Rest your soul. Some of the shit he was saying about women was just like, that's insane to me. But I mean, also some of the shit was kind of like a little true, just a little bit of it.
I gotta go do my research on him, man. I gotta do my research on him, man, because I don't know. Maybe, I guess this was around the time when I said fuck social media. I wasn't.
He's a non-factor.
In tune with it.
Though,
so when he passed away, and I seen all the women like celebrate his death, I was like, damn.
Now, to celebrate
that's
kind of
weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of don't matter. But that's kind of weird to be mad at people for, honoring his life. The people. I mean, whoever he was, he clearly has some followers,
fans,
and people who he touched and inspired. So who are you to tell somebody you need to be celebrating his death? Like, that was just crazy to me. And the internet is a wild place.
The internet is a crazy place.
The internet is a wild place.
Too much.
Yeah, definitely. So how much time do you allocate to social media and the internet?
It's crazy because now, like, I'm not really on social media. Like I'm on social media, of course, because I have to be, just because of what I do, my brand, and like I have to kind of be visible on social media. But I definitely use it differently now than I did previously. I don't spend too much time on it, especially on the weekends. Like, I don't have my phone like that. So the time I've been spending on it has definitely been decreasing. Because it's too much. It's just
definitely.
Too much sometimes.
I definitely feel like we should all take breaks from social media.
Absolutely.
Just remember, it's a real world out there, because I think we get so caught up behind the phones, behind the computers, and the internet is scary because you can be whoever you want to be. It's like you don't even have to. Nobody's gonna check you. Nobody's gonna say anything to you, and you can literally be a doctor today and a lawyer tomorrow.
Literally, do lashes today, do braces. Bitches on Instagram doing braces.
Girl,
I'm just like, y'all are not.
If y'all don't take y'all ass to the damn dentist.
Y'all are not dentists.
Yes,
I think that's a great point, though, because you do need to show up authentically wherever you're at and doing whatever you do. If you got the social media facade or persona or whatever, make sure that translate outside of that realm, because people are going to see that.
Facts. Now, speaking of staying true to yourself, how are you able to stay true to yourself when you have people that like kind of sort of like stigmatize you to being like a man basher, or you got men just like trying to tear you down every left and right? Like, how has your journey been with staying true to yourself, launching season 4, doing, with everything that's already happened?
Well, I'm a Sagittarius, and let me tell y'all one thing about us. We love it. We love the good publicity. We love the bad publicity. Bitches gonna always have my name in their mouth.
That is an actual fact about Sag. I will say that.
That's just gonna be what it is. Like, I gotta learn to roll with the punches, especially as you are shifting and going to new levels or expanding. Like, people are always gonna have something to say, which is a great thing. I personally don't give a fuck. And I can't give a fuck about stuff like that, because I have my goal. I got my tunnel vision that I gotta accomplish. I got my support system. I got my friends. Like, I'm good. Like, anything else is just chit chat to me. Like, I don't pay attention to stuff like that. Now, if you come to me with a really solid perspective and like you're actually making logical sense to me, then okay, I'm like, damn, okay, I'm never gonna not change my mind about something because I'm so that self-righteous or I'm so headstrong. But if you come to me with like a good ass perspective and like you making some points, you being realistic, I'm like, okay, this makes sense to me. Thank you for teaching me something. I'm never not opposed to being a student,
For sure. And I think that's what it's all about, you know what I'm saying?
Because sometimes people just want to criticize and not even know what's actually happening.
What's happening, or care, or they're not listening to understand. And so a lot of the times you can't find a common ground.
Yes.
And that's why, personally, I've learned idiots just don't deserve my breath. Because it's just like, I'm talking to a brick wall. Like, it don't even matter what I'm saying right now because it's going in one ear and out the other. So I definitely feel that.
Yes.
For sure.
You have such a soothing voice. Your niggas tell you that?
Soothing.
Do your niggas tell you that?
I am a pimp by blood and I relation, smooth criminal. No, I'm just playing. What's up, y'all? It's your favorite chocolate baddie, Mary J. And make sure y'all turn me up every Thursday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. right on iLLANOiZE Radio. I'm live, I'm lit. It's a drip with the Chocolate Baddie Show. It's Mary's music. And I'm bringing all the sauce. So turn me up. All right, and we finna have some little girl chat. Okay, because I just, like I said, I love to see other women that's passionate about media like me. You know what I'm saying? It's really going crazy. Like, your content is appealing. It's very interesting and intriguing. And I feel like you just stand up for the women. Like, you say the shit that I'm thinking sometimes. Yes. And I'm just, because I can be vocal, but then sometimes I be like, nah, I ain't gonna tweet that because I don't know. I be feeling like people be watching. And I'll be damned the day I come up in the meeting and somebody pull up a tweet and I gotta stand on it because I'm gonna stand on that tweet and they be looking at me crazy like, yeah, so you called this person a coon. Like, I gotta slow up on the internet. But I can appreciate you for being your authentic self.
Thank you.
And being that for us women. So I'm gonna have
Let me make this very clear. I love women.
For sure.
But not all bitches. But I love the bitches that I love. Very clear.
So I love the ones I love. So, all right, do you have a specific kind or type of women?
Women. I just like genuine, like authentic women, like period. I don't like women who have ulterior motives or they want to be your friend one day and hang out with your ops the next day and want to...
Girl, say that one again. Well, hanging out with the ops. You can't sit
or they want to be
him.
you. And it's like, you can't be me. You got to be yourself.
Yes.
And we have to just use our discernment when it comes to that because I did not listen to myself with a lot of friendships. And it's no shade to those women, but... we just weren't aligned with each other, and that's okay. Yeah. And I've been through a lot of friendships. Well, not a lot of friendships, honestly, because I still have my same girls that I've been friends with for years and years since college. But I have had some friendships where it just wasn't authentic and it wasn't genuine, and everybody didn't have the best interest for each other, and like that's okay. But we have to use our discernment and judge a character to realize like when people are really for us and when they're just not.
Definitely, and I'm glad you hit it right on the nail because that's exactly what I want to dive into. What actually makes a good friend for Diamond?
A good friend, like I used to think that a good friend was going to be that person that's always available for me, and they have this, and they always have time for me. But that's just not realistic, right? So I think a good friend is just somebody who can reciprocate, and I think we all want to be seen, validated, and reciprocated towards. So if
reciprocated,
and I feel like you should be able to talk to your friend about anything. And if you can't, you shouldn't feel like you're attacked or being judged by a friend. So when a friend makes you feel like, okay, I feel like I'm being judged, like I can't get jiggy with that type of shit. I mean, me and my friends' relationships are not perfect because that's their relationships, but we do talk about things. We talk it out and we keep it moving and we keep loving on each other, showing up for each other, and that's about it. Show up for your people.
Facts. Yeah, I definitely feel that, and I agree with everything you said as far as like the guidelines of a friend. I want to ask, being a woman in this industry and trying to support other women and making connections or friends with other women in this industry, how's that journey been for you?
Honestly, that's been smooth sailing. I know when you get into like an industry, especially like in Chicago, like we was kind of just discussing off camera.
Yeah.
People always gonna want something from you, right? They want something. You got to get them something. And it's like you just got to be aware of those type of things because even if you are a woman in the industry or I've met another woman in the industry and she's been doing this for a while, that does not mean I'm going to jump on every opportunity or everything that's out there for me. But I do think it's extremely important to make relationships in the media or the industry that you're in, just friendships, period. We need to make more friends and not enemies, right? But everybody can't be your friend at the end of the day. Some relationships are just business, we know I go out with you, or some relationships are just different. We have guidelines to different relationships, and like it should just stay like that, and let things flow naturally. If it does turn into a friendship, then that's what it is.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was about to get at. Like, at what point can you mix business and personal? You know what I'm saying? Because something I've struggled with is making connections with other women in the industry. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, we're friends, but then I have to learn, like, this isn't a friendship.
It's not your friend.
This is not my friend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The type of things and morals that other people might stand on might not align with mine, and you don't realize that until after the fact. I know, at least for me, and it was like, damn, okay, I'm steady thinking I'm making friends, but these are business friends. So these are people I need to just call when I'm just on some business shit, type shit, or just popping out, or I shouldn't have these expectations for these type of women.
You definitely shouldn't.
I didn't know that going into it.
Well, that's okay though. That's okay. Everything is a learning process, and like I was saying, when I first got started in this, I thought the same way. Like, oh, that's my friend, and she gonna support me, and she gonna be there, and blah blah blah. And it's like, bitches will show you that they are not your friend. They are not your friend. And with those lessons, I'm like, okay, y'all ain't got to tell me twice, universe. You don't got to tell me twice that I need to be just extremely careful about who I keep around me, who I let inside of my business. People will steal your ideas. People will steal your whole motherfucking stilo. Like, they will steal all your shit and not give a fuck. But that's why we have to be extremely careful about just who we keep around us, even business people too, because we just never know people's intentions. But I feel like once you've got the gist and like hung out with people and talked to them and like really understood, then you would know, because once something makes you uncomfortable, you have to go with that feeling. Facts.
Yes,
ma'am.
And why do
you feel like you struggle a little bit with making women friends in the industry? Or
I think I overextend myself
a
lot of the times, and I think people just take advantage of it. And so that's why I have to remind myself, like, all right, don't overdo it. Don't overplay my part. Yeah. We have such a big heart, and genuinely, like, my whole brand is based on supporting and uplifting other women. Even if another woman don't see it, I try to still just be there and show them a different route in hopes that they could be like, oh, okay, like, this person is genuinely supporting me. This person genuinely loves me. Like, maybe I should practice the same thing, but I always end up on the short end of the stick.
But that's okay though, as long as you know, like, aware of that, just know who to give to. I think that's really important. We all just need to know who to give to in friendships, relationships, all of that, because motherfuckers will take and not give you a motherfucking thing. So
and then so I'm definitely listen, your favorite chocolate baddie is very less accessible than before. Still the same, but I've just learned, like, for personal reasons, I can't overplay my part, like, right off GP. Like, I gotta put people through some trial runs.
Boundaries.
You gotta show me.
Because I learned boundaries. I'm still, like, really learning them, but boundaries are so important. Because people will only do, like, what you allow, and that comes with everything and anything. Boundaries are important. You say something, stand on that shit, and, like, that's just what it is.
Facts, man. Listen, I want to tap back more into this girl chat. We'll be right back. I got more from Diamond Dosage right here on iLLANOiZE Radio. We live and lit on the illest. What's up? It's your favorite chocolate baddie, Mary J. And if you like any of the bangers I'm playing tonight, you can keep up with all my baddie bangers playlists on Apple Music or Spotify at Mary J. That's Jhay. And on YouTube, Chocolate Baddies. Turn me up. You already know it's lit. Listen, before that break, we was having a little girl chat, and I just want to touch on this one last topic as it pertains to girl chat, because we were talking about making friends in the industry, and as far as, like, the difficulties and overcoming those. Another thing I noticed with women in this industry is the competitiveness. Competitiveness. I have to make sure I said that fully and correctly. But I noticed, like, women would rather be in competition versus collaborate. So what's your take on that? Why do you think that's such a big thing within women? Because I don't see it a lot with men.
I think that's something that we've just been embedded in us, and it just follow us in every aspect of our life. Like, you know, the Beyonce song, like, women are taught to see each other as competition. And I think that is so true, because we size a woman up. As a woman, you size a woman up and down, what she got on, what she look like, what she smell like. Like, you will size her up and then compare yourself to her. And I think once we get out of the mind frame of even seeing other people and just seeing ourselves first, I think things will flow naturally once we just become so comfortable with ourselves, with our insecurities, our flaws. We would be there to support other women and to just see them as a person too. Like, too many times people just have like this inferior complex or the superior complex. Yeah. We shouldn't feel either way when we're dealing with people. We should just be in our being. You know what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't feel inferior to no bitch or no nigga. Like, they're humans, they bleed just like us, and we shouldn't feel superior to women either. We should always be there giving to help, or to give a helping hand, or to reach out and stuff like that. And I'm always down to collaborate with women, to help a woman, to support a woman, always.
For sure. And I definitely, like you say, I think that's what it's about. And that's why, again, I try to spread the awareness of just showing genuine support, especially to women. You know what I'm saying?
You do, though. You do.
You know, just in hopes, like, you know, because, you know, it's crazy. I've seen a TED Talk when I was back in college, and I think it was probably like for one of my media classes, but it was this white lady, and she was talking about competition within women in the work industry and just in general. And she was saying how, like, she was speaking on like jealousy traits and how it's natural. Jealousy is a natural trait. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's what you do with jealousy.
The jealousy. And that's what I was getting to.
Jealousy should be used to motivate you. Like, you see somebody that got a jacket that you want. Okay, I'm about to go get my bread up so I can get me a jacket too. Like, when people use jealousy to take the other route, to try to sabotage what the fuck you got going on, try to sabotage your your reputation, your brand, your business, your relationships, or anything that you got, that just shows what they feeling on the inside. Like, damn, bitch, I'm like, what Kodak say? He said, I try to motivate these niggas, but they got me jealous. And like, that really be what's going on out here. Like, instead of y'all being motivated, y'all actually acting from the lower part of yourself, which is jealousy. Yeah. You need to take that negative.
You're taking a negative route. And that's what I was about to get to, as far as like being jealous. Everybody have those jealous insecurity traits, but like you said, is what you do with it. And if you always choosing to take the negative route, then you're gonna be in negative aspect. Like, you're not gonna win. You're just gonna be a negative Nancy ass hating.
You're gonna be outside my event selling fish plates. I want all the bitches to know that's hating. You're gonna be outside the event selling fish plates.
Say crabs in the bucket for sure. But no, and that's how you're gonna be looked at. And I think, you know what I'm saying, if more women just knew, like, okay, it's okay for you to feel that way, what are you gonna do about it? Because being mad about it's a thin line between love and hate.
Yes.
You feel me? And once you start becoming, it's a thin line between love and hate. A very like real,
because one day
microscopic thin line. Okay, because you can't like, for you to hate somebody, you're literally in love with them to the point that you don't love yourself clearly, and you don't value yourself, and you don't think you're worthy enough to be your own person.
Yeah, that's a word right there.
You out here trying to be somebody else and spread out this negative energy.
Yes, I feel like it's okay to be angry, right? Anger is an emotion that we have, like happiness and sadness. Anger is always there, right? It's okay to be angry, but once your anger turns inside and it started to turn into resentment and it's starting to turn into bitterness, like, that's not okay. And that's when you need to start dealing with, like, okay, why is anger even present? Why do I feel like this? Because people sit in their anger for so fucking long that it turns into bitterness.
Yes, girl.
Now you miserable and you bitter and you only 25. Like, you too young. You too young to be bitter. And it's like, I want y'all to let that hurt go. Yes. What has ever happened to you, if y'all don't leave with nothing from this interview, let the hurt go. The past is the past. All we have is now.
Yes, all we have is now. Please let that hurt go. Okay. As we wrap up this girl chat segment, like she said, please, ladies, please listen. I want them to leave with something else too, because something, like you said, I try to do when I'm feeling those negative jealousy thoughts, I try to always turn a negative into a positive. So I'm real big on affirmations.
Absolutely.
And some affirmations, I just say to myself, I am worthy. If she can do this, I can do this. I'm willing and capable to do anything I set my mind to. Just different things of that sort. So I'm gonna ask you, what's some of your favorite affirmations?
I am enough. I love that one.
I love
because
that.
sometimes we get into these situations or even spaces where we feel like we're like this small, and it's never that.
Yeah.
It's never that. That's just our subconscious negatively thinking like you're not enough, you're not enough. Even in situations with men or relationships with women, whoever you prefer, they'll sometimes treat you like you're not enough. And it's like, this is how you feel about yourself. You're not going to make me feel like this because I know I am enough. I'm that girl. I'm that bitch. But that's definitely my favorite one because all we got to do is show up and be present. Like we don't need to do nothing else. Just show up and be present. Our presence is really a blessing from the universe. Like we all are so capable and so talented. And I just want people to know that we are enough. And that's what it is.
Period.
Also, I'm that bitch, and nobody gonna play with me.
Period.
That's my
Look. Head bitch in charge, man. You better know it, okay? And I just want the ladies and baddies and everybody to leave with this, And y'all know I'm gonna drop some Mary's motivation, all right? Be yourself because somebody else is already taken. Period.
Yes.
Like just be you. Like everybody else is already taken.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm gonna just say that. I want to go on this quick music break, and then we'll come back. I'm gonna pick Diamond's brain, y'all. I told y'all I'm trying to get a dose of the Diamond. Okay, so I'm gonna pick her brain. I'm gonna put her in the hot seat, and I got another little game I want to play with her. All right, up after this break.
Yo, what's up? It's your girl, Pretty Right, and I need you to do one Smiley. Yo, what's up? It's your girl, Pretty Riot, and I just need you to do one small favor for me. Head on over to your app store, search iLLANOiZE. Hit the first thing that pops up because we the one and only, and download the iLLANOiZE app.
Welcome back. It's your favorite chocolate baddie, Mary J, and I'm live and lit right here on the illest, the realest, the trillest radio station alive, man. You already know, man. iLLANOiZE Radio. Make sure you got that app downloaded. Still got Diamond Dosage in the building. All right, I've been picking her brain a little bit, but I actually want you to jump into your new goals and just what's new about season 4. Just give me the spiel. I want it all.
Season 4 is just a refreshing season. I would say it's a refreshing podcast season. I know over the years it's been a lot of jibber jabber about me just being so like on men and like man bashing men. So this season is a little bit more about myself and stories from my 20s. That's the theme of it. Also still having those conversations about relationships, friendships, career, men, of course. But it's just coming from a different perspective now. I actually want to know why men think the way they do and like what are some things that men struggle with. So stuff like that. It'll still definitely be pro women. Always. Of course. Always pro women. And it's more personal. So you get to know about a little bit more about me, my journey, vulnerability, me in relationships, me in friendships. So yeah, it's a more of a like womanhood type of thing.
Okay.
Like, just fully invested in my womanhood and the growth that I've had and where I'm going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we expect to see like some faces?
Yes, you guys definitely would know a lot of the guests that are going to be on the show, and I'm also introducing some new guests to my audience who they don't know. It's still some of my favorite old guests that I have every season that I love, but it'll also be some new refreshing faces who are in a totally different realm from us that we can actually learn from and take from. So yes.
Okay. I love that for you, and I definitely could feel like the refreshing, just having you here and you've been talking about it, so I feel the refreshing energy.
Thank you. Thank you.
I see you got the whole aesthetics and branding behind your brand is what I want to get into. Like, how do you depict? Do you have a team? Are you doing this by yourself?
That's a great question. I feel like my branding has always been very strong, and I think that's what has kept like my brand and business going because it's so consistent in the things that I do. Because when I release a project, or I release a podcast, or I have an event or whatever, the branding and the promo is always going to be consistent behind it and great. I do have a team. Shout out to Ty and Cindy. They are on my production team as far as like making sure the podcast is running smoothly, the guests, getting the guests together, giving me pointers on what I can work on and things like that. Ty and Cindy, of course, shout out to them. And I'm recording at Terry Roseland Studios.
Okay,
now. So,
shout out to Terry.
Yeah, so it's been great. And I've also had Myra. She's edited I don't know if you guys saw my promo drop that I had for the podcast, but she edited that together. Okay. So she does a lot of the videography and like little graphic things like that. But yes, yes, I'm very grateful for the people who have helped me along this journey. I'm super grateful for that. So.
Of course. That's always the best when you got a team, a strong team behind you that's as consistent as you are and keeping up with what you got going on. I did see you, I know season 3 you were working with What's the Word? And so talk to us a little bit about the transition from working with What's the Word platform to just branching off and going back to, because I think you said off air you was working with Ty season 1, season 2. Yeah, and so I feel like I can definitely see like the aesthetic, like a aesthetic difference.
Yes. Shout out to What's the Word TV though. That's my family. That'll always be my family. Shout out to Cody. Shout out to Cindy, and the whole entire gang. I'm very grateful for that experience that I've had with What's the Word TV. It expanded me. It got me prepared for more serious things, bigger things. It's a big platform. Very, very grateful for my time that I spent with What's the Word TV. I just think that I needed to focus in on what I really wanted my brand and my content to look like and not really have an outside influence on that. So that's kind of like where I shifted and just started to do my own thing and be like extremely hands-on with my own content, my own production, and my work. Ty is producing the season this year. She has a lot of creative insight on the things that we're doing this season. We have, I don't want to tell y'all because it's a surprise.
It's an excitement for me. Come on, look. I'm trying to get out a little tea.
But we do have like a special little theme that I can't really say now. We have a little special little theme that goes along with each episode. So you'll get like a little snippet of something. I can't tell you what it is, and then the episode, it goes into the episode. So it's super creative, it's super like personal, and it's still fun, it's still funny, and it's dope. I can't wait to release it. June 6th, okay?
I'm definitely excited. I'm gonna be tuned in, have my popcorn ready.
Yes.
You know,
it's
undisturbed. You know, I'm gonna be tuned in, tapped in.
Yes.
Because like I said, it's just I'm excited for you. I'm been a fan of the podcast and just of your brand in general.
Truly appreciate that.
I'm interested to hear these stories you got in your 20s, and that's another thing we was talking about this off air. I had noticed you said that. I'm like, she's talking about stories of her 20s. Like we not still in our 20s, you know.
Maybe this is my last year.
But I definitely could see and feel the growth and maturity. And
thank you.
Like I said, I just love to see it. So
thank you. Appreciate
keep going.
Yeah. So y'all need to stay tuned. Dropping June 6th, the Dosage podcast. Stories from my 20s is the theme. And I'm really excited to show everybody what I've been working on. And it's some fun shit. It's some real fun shit. So I hope y'all are really like receptive of it because it's different.
For sure. We definitely going to be on standby. And before I let you go, too, I want to tap, because you have some merch. So are we going to get the Bad Bitch merch?
Yes.
Okay. Are you bringing that back? Okay.
The Bad Bitch merch is coming back. It'll be in a new color wave, of course, because my colors have changed. It'll be something totally different than what I've done before, other than the T-shirts and the crew necks. Okay. So it'll be something fun and flirty. Also, I'm having an event June 25th that you guys should come out and support. It's a wrap party for the Dosage podcast. So basically just celebrating, wrapping up the season and just the hard work that we put in for the season. So it's just come out, food, drinks, entertainment. And yeah, I'll be dropping that flyer actually today. So y'all got the inside scoop.
Make sure y'all heard it
Chocolate
first.
Baddies got the inside scoop on that. So I'm really happy. I'm so happy that you had me on your platform.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, you were such a sweet soul, and I love the questions that we got into today. So
for sure, thank you for coming.
And thank you, Biko, for being our cameraman.
Hey, shout out to Biko. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, before I let you leave too, look, we got a lot. Merch, events, ebook. Yes, because I seen the last time you were here with the fam, you were talking about wanting to write a book, and you actually dropped the ebook. So that's what could we get, I wish you could drop a bomb, but could we get a bomb for that, you know what I'm saying, for actually doing what you said you were gonna do?
And you know what, I learned like things take time. Yeah. You don't have to do everything in one, Rome wasn't built in one day, and like that's what I had to tell myself and teach myself, because I'm like this, I'm so impulsive. But when I know when I want to do something, I have to dedicate that time. Like I literally sat down and did my entire website by myself. I wrote a whole ebook. It's called Love is Bigger Than Men. And it's basically about just having love outside of our romantic relationships. There's nothing wrong with being in love, but learning how to love yourself, learning how to love your family, your friends, like learning how to just give love in that area, in those areas, so it can just be naturally once you're ready to date and, you know, give out love to men or romantic partners or whatever like that. So that's what the ebook is about. Yeah, so that happened. I dropped that last September, and I kind of just been on coast after that because I've been building. Like, I've been working on the podcast season since December.
Okay.
So it's like, it's good, y'all. I really hope everybody tunes in.
Booked and busy. Booked and busy. We love to see it.
Slow and steady actually wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. And I've been taking a break for 2 years, so I'm excited.
I'm sorry, that was loud as hell. It was loud as hell. But yeah, no, I'm definitely excited for you. Like I said, definitely already got my support. And I'm definitely going to be tuned in June 6th. So
appreciate you.
I want you to let everybody know where they can follow you at on social media, where they can get these ebooks, where they can tap in and be on the lookout for your next event.
Absolutely. Thank you so much again for having me. I really, really appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for coming.
But yes, y'all can find me at the Dosage brand on Instagram and at Diamonds Dosage on Twitter. And also fuck with my website, diamondsdosage.com. That's where you'll get all the special updates. Subscribe to my emailing list and stay tuned for that podcast that's dropping June 6th. And cop you a ticket for the event that's dropping June 25th.
Period. Make sure y'all tap in, okay? The HBIC of the motherfucking show, all right? They gotta tap in with you for all that blog and shit.
Get into
I'ma
with
just
your
say.
Brown skin, then she tatted up. Chocolate baddie, shorty, finding what? Oh my God, flash stomach, ain't no tummy tuck. Ooh, she make a hitter, wanna try they love.